Howdy, folks. I know what you're telling yourself. Wait a minute. What are we doing back on? But John Ottinger just did a great piece for us when we were on the show, and we wanted to do this giveaway so you guys can get a chance to get some of that great John Ottinger Dweores art. So, John, I want you to tell them a little bit about what you're doing, especially because I like the idea that you're making this sketchbook from all these pieces that you've done, and you're giving the original to the people for them to have. There you go.
Right. So this is the first Dweors sketchbook I ever did. And these all consist of sketches I did on the train on the way to work. And I didn't intend to make a sketchbook, but every day I just drew one more. And by the end of the year, I had, hundreds of these little drawings. And then I decided to make a little sketchbook, print them up. I got in Comic-Con, and that's what got the Dweors started with this first sketchbook. So what I'm doing with the second Dweors sketchbook is I'm drawing those live on my Facebook every Sunday at 5 o'clock. And then anyone who likes and comments gets the chance to win the original artwork out of that's going to be in the book.
Right.
I'm not going to own any of the artwork in the sketchbook. And so this is what I drew on the written writ. And this is the one that's up for auction, not auction, but in the prize wheel. So if you liked and commented, your name should be on the prize wheel. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm just having as much fun as possible. And I want to get as much artwork out to people as possible too. So
and that's what you do on Sundays, right? You do the same thing but you actually draw it on the screen live, and people actually comment while you're doing this, and you give people a couple of little stories where you go, right?
Yeah. I give a little background. It's every Sunday, and it's usually at 5, so it's kind of live at 5 on my Facebook. And I get to interact with people a little bit instead of being in my little 10 by 10 cave where I live most of my life. And here I get to actually meet a lot of the fans and meet people, and it's super awesome. It's super fun, and I never know what I'm going to draw. It's just all spontaneous drawing, and the best part is I get to give it away.
I love what you did yesterday. As we were talking, you actually made your sketch to what we were doing, and all the little bits and pieces came together from the show itself.
Right. It was all the one of the your intern Nate asked, he had no idea what it was, and I said, well, they're based off water towers, and he goes, water towers come alive at night, and I'm like, no, that's just the basic shape of it. And so that's why, so every bit of the conversation became an element in this little drawing.
That's just amazing.
Right. So to me, this kind of represents all the conversations we had on the show. So this is the one that's up. So I signed it and dated it, and let's give it away.
Let's do that.
Who wants some Dweors?
Exactly. I see that our pal Roaming Tony's there in the audience. Hey, Tony, how you doing? He said hi to both of us.
Tony, how you doing?
So, all right, so
of course, I am super high tech, so I'm holding the wheel up to the camera.
And let me put you up. There you go.
There are the names. Can you see it okay?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, here it goes. 1, 2, 3. I missed it. 3. Ooh. Okay, wheel spinning. The winner has been chosen. Who is it? I can't see.
Arturo McNeil.
Arturo, congratulations!
Congratulations, Arturo McNeil. You've won yourself a piece.
So I got to track you down, Arturo, or you need to track me down because I don't have your contact info. And
if he's one of the guys I found, I'll help you out with that. Don't worry.
You got that one? Okay, awesome.
I think he's one of the ones from when I posted it on New Jersey HorrorCon's group page. So I'll go check.
Okay, and so that's kind of how each show ends every Sunday. So see you guys there. Come win some art.
How long does the show usually last? You do it, how do you go? Well, it depends on how long it takes you to draw it, right?
Usually 30 minutes or less.
Mm. Yeah,
It's just
you're pretty
nice.
quick at that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're real spontaneous, real quick, and it's just a lot of people comment all the time. It's so relaxing. I can't wait for this. So watching you draw and just hear you talk about it, I'm like, oh, great.
That's what I was saying yesterday. That you kind of remind me of our pal with the happy little trees, doing his little thing,
Yeah.
and because it has that feeling to it. Because I know I'll put it in the background and I'll listen to you talk and say what you're saying, and you explain how you're doing what you're doing, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I have to admit, it is really relaxing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the robot Bob Ross of the world.
I don't know. I
So,
feel like you got your own little bit of personality there. People like you a lot, John. I'm telling you, you're a really nice guy.
well, that's news to me. That's great. I appreciate it.
It's
In
so
my
funny.
bubble.
Yeah, you sound like me when people go, Ralph, you're such a nice guy. And I'm like, no, no, I know people who hate me. Some
Yeah,
of them make believe
I
they
just
like
want to have
me, but I
fun.
know them.
Yeah, I just like meeting people and having fun and creating all the time. Uh,
I think
you
that's one of
know,
the things I enjoy the most about doing the conventions is like, like I said, it's that feeling of going to the tables, having those discussions, these nerdy, geeky discussions that don't happen anywhere else except for those tables at those conventions.
yeah, that's why I love Comic Con. I get to meet so many new friends and new fans, and all these little kids come up and they're crazy about it and want to know about it, and adults come by and they're intrigued because I'm trying to create something new, a new brand for people, a new place to expand your imagination and to
Right.
dream about, and something new and wonderful for you. And that's my bottom goal, especially for kids. And like I told you, maybe in another interview, that there's a small school in Arizona that this teacher kept coming by and buying the comics every year. And he came by again and bought a whole nother set because the other teachers are stealing for their kids because
Right.
they kept hearing about it. And he goes, yeah, yeah. When the kids play Dweores and stuff, I'm like, what? And he said, well, yeah, all the kids play Dweores at lunch on their recess and lunchtime.
That's
And I'm
so
like,
cool.
I I lost it. I couldn't speak, and I just like, what? And then I was like, I want to go to your school. I want to do a big presentation. I want to bring my whole setup and do some art lessons and do everything. Then the pandemic hit, so I wasn't able to
You
do
haven't
it.
had a chance to do it yet. That's
Not
so
yet.
fantastic. I know one of your goals is actually to make the toys themselves as well. And I know you made a couple of pieces already, but they're more like model pieces, right?
Yeah, they're these are ones I had digital files made and 3D printed them out, and then made resin
Oh my
casts.
God,
These are just
amazing.
some that I made
Mhm.
myself. This little guy.
So let me ask you this: the ones that show up on the TV shows or on TV sets,
Mhm.
those you made specifically for those people, or they just happen to end up with them?
Um, no, those are my existing statues that I have,
Right.
my Dweer statues, and some of them I presented, and some of them approached me to put them on the show. Like the newest show
Nice.
is a Jim Henson show.
Yeah, I saw
Uh,
that. Yeah.
yeah, and so that was like, wow, that was really fun.
It fits right in with the Jim Henson stuff. You're the Dwarves are like I can just see like a Muppet of dwarves.
I think that would be such a blast, such a fun show. That's one of the goals is a way to expand it out to everybody. Would eventually, with luck, get it on show, right?
It's you have such an amazing property. I can't wait for it to like actually get out there. In my head, I already see the cartoons. I already see the toys. I already see all of that stuff because you have such a great concept, just a good story. It's a classic epic yarn where you're traveling through these worlds to complete your quest and find what you need to find by the time you get to the end of it. And that it has such a classic component.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the last three books are finishing up this story arc, and so I'm weaving all these characters' arcs to a real satisfying finale. I think
Right.
I've got some wonderful stuff and been working really. I'm doing three books at once to get that arc and all those pieces coming together. So yeah, and once the arc's done, then maybe I can get it out more. And I spend all my time creating the content and live as a hermit after that, besides the day job, right? So
Well, there goes Nat talking. Speaking of the devil, when you were talking to
oh yeah,
him.
he was
um,
awesome.
oh yeah, he's great. He's a good kid, and he's very inquisitive, which is one of the reasons I like him so much, because he actually will get to these questions that sometimes nobody else will think of. So
Yeah, he seemed highly intelligent. That's why I hated him. Instant hate. Oh God, he's smarter than me already.
oh man,
That
I
just
can't wait to see what you do for all this stuff. I know that you're getting ready for San Diego Comic-Con, and that is in July, right?
yeah, end of July, San Diego. Everyone, get your tickets. Come by. I can have lots of special stuff. And then
Nat says you and me both. uh,
add one more person to hates me list. Got it. Nate.
also, all right. So New York, San Diego Comic Con.
San Diego, my world revolves around there. That's the only time I really get the property out. I don't even have any of the books online for sale right now until I get these last three books done. Then I'm
Right.
going to print two trade paperbacks, so you can get the entire story arc in these two trade paperbacks. Is my goal for San Diego.
I can't
So,
wait for that. And I
sleep
know
is
that
for losers.
people tell me this all the time, and I believe it as well. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Well, I'm lucky because I really, really hate sleeping. And when I finally have to crawl into bed at
Yeah,
night, I just like, no,
I
there's
feel
still
you.
so much more stuff. I hate sleeping.
I feel you. I completely feel you. I hate sleeping too. There'll be times where I'll stay up going, "Come on, let me just finish this last bit of story."
Just a little more, and just
Oh, it's always fun
ruining
to
everything you
wake
did.
up and see the pen has gone like off the sheet, and I was writing something important, and I go, "What? What was I writing?"
I had the answer.
Oh my god! All right, so San Diego Comic Con, July. Every Sunday you do your giveaway and you draw your bits, your nice pieces, your beautiful pieces. So people, check out John for San Diego Comic Con. If you guys are heading down to San Diego, say hi to John Ottinger and check out his Dweores. And hey, you probably be able to pick up the books in person. Especially, you get the full story, which is an amazing piece of writing. And every Sunday, check them out and win some pieces. I know I'm going to try to win some more pieces, or at least one.
Oh yeah, just and comment, and then
Exactly.
you're in the drawing. So Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Live at
John
five.
Ottinger, Dwarves, be there
Yeah,
live on Facebook. All right. With
right.
that, John, you need to. Well, dude, I can tell we're both tired. You
Yeah.
want to say something? Want to like leave a little bit? What do you want to say for the last bit there?
Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And that's a huge support for me. Even you guys watching and liking. Like that's a ground roots of
Yeah.
and the foundation of what I'm trying to make the share with people. And I really, really appreciate when you guys show up.
I gotta, I tell people all the time, like I tell them that it's so important to share, to like, to just be there. It helps out a lot, and I know sometimes we don't have the cash or the ability to help people out in other ways, but if you can share and like and comment, those things really help a person out,
Yeah.
especially artists.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for.
Hmm.
We'd be nice if you could do that. If you can't, no problem. If you could, great. Thank you.
With that, I do what I always do here. I'll talk until I press the button.